Number 7 of the criteria involves substantial degradation of environmental quality. The surrounding area of this project is MAKAHA Beach. Any change in the terrain will ruin the beach. They cannot foresee what Mother Nature is going to do when it floods, or what will happen to the environment when the waves reach 35 feet and the stream is raging to the ocean while this project is going on, or its effects it will have on the environment when it is completed. They did not do an EIS. Number 9, substantially affects a rare, threatened, or endangered species or its habitat. The honu, the Hawaiian green sea turtle, frequents the water and beach at the project site area. Any disturbance to their habitat will put them in danger more than they are now. The Hawaiian monk seal, there are 4 that come to rest on MAKAHA Beach. They are the only tropical seal in the world and the only indigenous marine mammal found in the entire United States. They are on the International Union for Conservation of Nature's Red List of Critically Endangered Animals. They are the official state mammal of Hawaii. They are not found anywhere in the world except the Hawaiian Islands. Reason for their near extinction is the depletion of their food supply and the encroachment of their seal habitat. The critical habitat for the Hawaiian monk seal to survive is the beach. They must rest on the beach, they must breed on the beach, and they must raise their pups on the beach. They are also known to go as high on the beach as the vegetation line, which is where this project is located. Any disturbance to their habitat would be devastating. The pueo Hawaiian owl lives in and around the valley area and are seen flying over the beach and ocean. Their habitat consists of low grass and trees, which is in that area of this project. Number 11, affect or is likely to suffer damage by being located in an environmentally sensitive area such as a floodplain, tsunami zone, beach, erosion zone, prone zone, geologically hazardous land, estuary fresh water, or coastal waters, and I say it deals with all of the above. The EA goes very lightly over the subject that the project is in the middle of a tsunami zone. It is on the beach. They claim it is up next to the current highway. It is part of the beach. It is sand-based. The bypass bridges will be erected in the sand. The beach ebbs and flows every year from one side of the bay to the other. Previous mining has caused the beach to deteriorate and the high water mark is higher than ever. They are building the bypass road next to the Mulibai. I cannot say what effect it will have on it, but rather does the DOT, because they did not do an EIS. They cannot foresee the damage that the flooding will cause to the ocean with their bypass road design. Again, they did not do the EIS. And number 12, substantially affects scenic vistas and view planes identified in county or state plans or studies. Have no idea what cutting down all the trees, even though they are just keawe trees, as we've been told, that hold the sand embankment in place when it floods, has for more than the 61 years of me living there on that beach. My other concerns are the bypass road design directly affects my property. My home is on the Waianae side of MAKAHA Bridge number 3. My home is on the beach side of Farrington Highway adjacent to the stream, which is right on the beach. The projected design of the bypass road will evaluate my property before, during, and after this project. The engineers have made it impossible for my family to continue living on our property with their design of this bypass road, which includes the new design for the replacement bridges. They have informed us that they will tear the whole front of our yard up, making it impossible to enter and exit or park. Their design plans have the bypass road running through the corner of my property, and no chain link fence will stop the cars crashing through at high speed. This is where my family enjoys the afternoons, and they will no longer be safe in our own yard. They wanted us to redesign our whole front yard to accommodate this new design. This design will make our lifestyle non-existent. So I guess you could say if they had done an EIS, we would qualify for number 4, which is substantially affects the economic welfare, social welfare, and cultural practices of the community or state. My family has been part of this community for over 75 years. The construction of this project will cause damage to my home as stated in Supreme Court case number 2956 dated January 26, 1956. A short summary of this injunction. Anything done on lot K1A, which is the the lot that they are asking for the variance will likely do damage to the home and property and lots of 196 and 197 where my and my Hanai brothers' homes are located. This Supreme Court injunction was about the mining of the sand off of MAKAHA Beach, and although the project engineers claim they are not removing sand, and if they do, they will store it and bring it back, does not work at MAKAHA Beach as stated in case number 2956. This project demands an EIS before it is allowed to continue with any more permits being issued. I also do not think this hearing is valid due to my revoking my authorization to obtain or use any portion of my property which this variance would require. This hearing should be canceled until such time that applicant has done a proper EIS and has acquired the property within the scope of this project.
I know you said to limit it to the 4,079 square feet, I guess, concerning this variance.
This is the subject of the application.
However, Mr. Takeda did present 2 maps of the drainage reports in relation to this variance, I guess, and he had them up there. And I would ask if RM Towel can provide me a half-size plan of those 2 maps, the drainage reports. Would you agree to do that? Because I don't have a copy of those.
I leave it to them to respond.
If you would like a copy, you have to make a request through the department formally, and we'll evaluate the
FOIA.
request.
So you can post them here for public hearing, but I can't obtain any copy of those unless I go through legal proceedings, I guess. Anyway, anyhow, I would just note that those, at least one of those drainage maps showed overtopping of the highway onto the beach well into this ocean area that is not on the map that was given to the City Council Committee on March 1st. And so my comment is that I believe Farrington Highway's mean elevation at the road surface is about 14 feet. And so as Mr. Takeda indicated, there would be overtopping for that entire beach area in a 100-year flood going over the highway. And then he said that after the bridges, that would be this map, overtopping the highway at nearly this whole area, and then after the bridges, all the water in that whole floodplain would be about half going through my property right here, where they have my TMK, but they never depict my home there in the lot next to the front lot adjacent to the bridge, and the rest exiting out through Bridge 3A. But anything on the Diamond Head side of Keeley Drive in this previous map, all this area would be scrunched up, so to speak, into a much narrower channel, and somehow exiting under Bridge 3, that water that was formerly overtopping the highway at 14 feet would be exiting. About half the channel is through my property, and I just wanted to comment that, but the representations of RM Towel and the state engineers, experts, up, down, sideways, and backwards, is that my property is not negatively affected by that water, or my embankment's not affected, or my property's not affected adversely in any way. So I'm just a little bit puzzled. That's my testimony as to how you take half the floodplain and put it in a much narrower channel heading straight for Bridge 3 halfway through my property, and the water speed or erosion or any other problem is not encountered by that volume of water in that smaller area. But I guess I won't be provided the map showing the overtopping of the highway unless I go through a legal request. I'm a little puzzed by that if they're presenting it at the hearing.
Has to be through the state. We don't have a copy, or we could provide it to you, so you need to ask the state that.
If it's presented at this DPP hearing, isn't the public entitled to a copy of something presented?
This is their materials, that's not our materials.
You're the hearing body, okay.
Can I